Konnichiwa, welcome to Japanese Cooking Ichie. Today I'll show you how to make Japanese Yakitori grilled chicken skewers easily using just a frying pan. I'll also share how professional chefs prep their chicken along with a secret mouth-watering homemade sauce recipe. It's the perfect dish to enjoy with a drink. Alright, let's get started. This recipe makes 2 to 3 servings. You can find the full list of ingredients in the description box. First, let's make a secret sauce that recreates the authentic flavor of yakitori from Japanese restaurants. Add 40 milliliters of mirin to a pot and bring it to a boil over high heat. The key to making a delicious sauce is to cook off the alcohol at this stage. Gently fan the steam with your hand to check that the alcohol has fully evaporated. Once you've confirmed, turn off the heat to prevent burning. Then add 5 grams of sugar and 40 milliliters of soy sauce. Once everything is added, turn the heat back on. From here, reduce the heat to very low and let it simmer gently for about 10 minutes, making sure it doesn't burn. If you prefer a less sweet sauce, you can skip the sugar. As it cooks down, you'll start to see small bubbles like this. This is a sign it can burn easily. From time to time, lift the pan slightly off the heat to help control the temperature. After about 10 minutes, it will start to thicken slightly like this. Once it reaches like this, turn off the heat and let it cool. As it cools, it will thicken further, allowing it to coat the meat better and bring everything together. Next, let's prepare 200 grams of chicken breast. First, peel off the skin by hand. Use a knife to cut off any parts where the skin doesn't come off easily. Then set the skin aside. We'll use it later. Next, let's cut the chicken. The key to making chicken breast tender and delicious is how you cut it. First, cut it into 3 large pieces. Cut off this rounded section, then divide the remaining portion in half. If it looks like this, you're doing it right. Then cut everything into bite-sized pieces. This is an important step. Can you see the grain running through the chicken? By cutting across the grain perpendicular to it, you'll get a much more tender texture. If you cut it into bite-sized pieces like this, you're all set. Now, cut all 3 pieces into bite-sized pieces. If any pieces are a bit large, you can cut them in half again. Try to keep them about this size. Once everything is cut into bite-sized pieces, place them back on the tray and move on to preparing the skin. Bring a pot of water to a boil, then quickly blanch the chicken skin. About 30 seconds is enough. This extra step removes excess fat and any unwanted odor, making it easier to skewer without becoming slippery. Blanch them lightly until they turn white like this. This is perfect. Then take them out and place them on a tray. Now, cut the chicken skin into bite-sized pieces. Cut them into 1 centimeter wide strips so they're easy to eat when skewered. Once everything is cut, we'll move on to skewering. Now, this is where it makes a difference, skewering. Prepare about 10 bamboo skewers. I'll show you some simple tips so anyone can do this easily. Hold the skewer in your dominant hand and the meat in your other hand. Then skewer each piece one by one. The key here is to check the grain. If you insert the skewer in the same direction as the grain, the meat will feel loose. Instead, insert the skewer perpendicular to the grain. Then, skewer it in a slightly wavy motion, as if you're sewing through the meat. This helps secure it in place and keeps it from slipping off. If it's hard to skewer, gently bend the meat to adjust the shape before inserting it. Once you've threaded the meat all the way to the end of the skewer like this, 1 skewer is complete. It's more fun to do this with family or friends, and it goes much faster too. In Japan, chefs spend hours working on this during prep time before opening. Once all the chicken is skewered, let's move on to the skin. The skin can slip off the skewer easily, so thread it on as if you're sewing, just like you did with the chicken. Thread the skin onto the skewer nice and tightly. Once you've threaded the skin onto the skewer tightly like this, you're done. You can make 1 skewer from 1 piece of chicken skin. Now that the skewering is done, let's start cooking. place a large frying pan over the heat and lightly coat it with vegetable oil. Then arrange the chicken skewers in the pan. Once everything is in place, cook over medium-low heat. Then lightly sprinkle 2 to 3 pinches of salt over the skewers as seasoning. After about 2 minutes, the chicken will start to turn white, so flip them over and cook the other side for another 2 minutes. The key to making tender and juicy yakitori is to cook them slowly over medium-low heat rather than using high heat. After cooking one side for 2 minutes, flip them every minute and continue cooking until they are nicely browned. After about 10 minutes of cooking, you'll get a nice golden brown color like this. Once it reaches this stage, the salt-seasoned yakitori is ready. Transfer it to a plate. Now, let's finish the remaining skewers with the sauce. Coat the yakitori in the sauce, then cook over low heat. The sauce burns easily, so roll them gently for about 30 seconds. After that, coat them in the sauce again, and your sauce yakitori is done. Finally, add toppings if you like. My top recommendation is thinly sliced shiso leaves. Wasabi and yuzu kosho are also great options. Finish with a squeeze of lemon. And it's ready! It looks so delicious. You can easily recreate restaurant quality yakitori at home. Now, let's dig in. So good. Cutting across the grain makes it incredibly tender and juicy. The shiso and lemon add such a refreshing flavor. I could eat these all day. The wasabi adds such a great kick. The sweet and savory sauce tastes just like something you'd get at a restaurant. So good. This is a great recipe if you want to recreate authentic Japanese yakitori at home. Give it a try! I hope you are enjoying today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, please let me know. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. We also have social media like Instagram, so please check them out in the description. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. ありがとう